thank you. Right, OK, we are back, and I am Sanford Cheek, and this is the Chelsea Football Fancast, and these fine gentlemen around the table with me are Pablo, Ross, and the legend is Jonathan Kidd.
Oh, very sweet of you.
Last seen in the lingerie department of Devon's. And he'll never live that down.
I'm doing an episode of Holby City.
Oh, yeah, he is doing an episode of Holby. Are you doing an episode of Holby City?
I am. I'm playing a man who has a terrible hair transplant.
Are you third terrible hair transplant man on the right?
Well, I did exactly the same character in Doctors 2 years ago.
Oh, you're being typecast.
I am.
Are you going to be asked to wear a moustache this time?
No moustache.
Right, now, this bit of the show is called You're on CFFC, so therefore, technically, it should have nothing to do with us. It should have everything to do with you lot who listen or watch. So, this is where you get on Skype and you ask us questions about stuff. Hopefully football, but not necessarily. Could be about lingerie, if in Jonathan's case. Yeah. But either way, it's all about you asking us questions and kicking off a bit of a row or a debate. We don't mind. Now,
I've got a thong on at the moment, by the way.
He has got a thong on. That's why he keeps moving around like this, you see. He's not because he's dancing. No. Anyway, look, if you want to do that, all you have to do is you have to get involved and you ask questions via Mixlr to Cheddar, mixlr.com/Chelsea-fancast, or if you want to do it via Skype, you can then add us on Skype, chelsea.fancast, and of course you can either email us chelseafancast@gmail.com, or of course you can join in via Twitter because Cheddar follows all the Twitter feeds as well, and that's @ChelseaFancast. Now, people in the gallery, I do believe we have a Texan beauty on the line, do we not? We do. Is it the person that I thought? Is it Mo Bacon?
Bacon!
Is it Mo Bacon?
Mo Bacon!
There's Mo Bacon. There's no, we shouldn't do that song. It's a bit naughty. Beth, my darling, how are you? And Happy New Year.
Beth.
How are you?
Guys, how are you?
All the better for seeing your lovely smiling face.
And Mo Bacon.
Yeah, and Mo Bacon. We mustn't forget Mo Bacon. Are you still drunk from Christmas and New Year? Is that why you're holding that weird mascot-looking thing?
No, it's. You have to understand something. When we get together, it's stupid 30 in the morning in Texas. So we've had this thing about bacon. And a couple of weeks ago, whenever we score, we sing a song. And it's called Put some bacon, put some bacon, put some bacon on that shit.
You can't say that!
No!
You have to say poo! I'm sorry, viewers. We have to apologise.
Is there a delay on that? Can we get rid of it?
No, I think there ought to be a delay, but we need to apologise profusely to our listeners and our viewers for the foul language. The foul language that the colonials seem to be used to using. Bacon or no bacon?
No,
terrible.
disgusting.
So
no remorse.
Wash your mouth out.
Is our new mascot.
Well, I'm delighted to meet. Is it a him or a her?
It's definitely a him.
Okay, I don't want to know why. Okay, have you got a, what do you want to talk about, Beth?
Well, I want to talk about John Obi Mikel's goal.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was sensational.
Well, we did too. We talked about it earlier, and we thought it was an absolutely cracking bullet header. It was proper goal, that wasn't it?
He loves the FA Cup.
Oh my God. I mean, out of nowhere, rises up our captain on the moment, John Obi Mikel.
Like a salmon.
Like a salmon.
Yeah.
Like a salmon with a big damn head. Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah. Damn's all right. I know it's bad in America, but we can say it. Damn it.
D-A-M.
Yeah, exactly. As in Amsterdam.
A lot of water in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
no, it was quite fantastic. So I was just, and every time I see Obi-Wan doing something fantastic like that and just being the great squad player that he is, I always think of a couple years back and how much somebody I know and in another life and married.
There's no way to talk about Lizzie Derham. No way to talk about Lizzie.
Who absolutely slagged him off. So.
No, I would never do that. Never do that. I had Kalu to slag off in those days.
Yes,
what are you talking about?
But, and closely followed by John Obi Mikel. But I'm just so happy. We're all really, really
Listen,
thrilled.
you just called him a squad player. Don't you think he should be one of the first names on the team sheet, Beth?
I do. I mean, but I've always liked Obi-Wan, so...
Yeah.
And you know what? He scored more goals than Makalele.
He scored more goals than Makalele?
Allegedly.
No, Makalele had an advantage there from what I'm
led
led
is
to
he?
believe.
As a striker, he's like, what, number 4 now with the bullet?
I think he scored more goals than Messi has this year.
Yeah, and Demba Ba, too, I think.
Well, that wouldn't be hard. Well, Denver bye-bye, I think, would be more appropriate. Anyway, listen, because we've got to move on, but I just want to... Because you're coming over soon, aren't you?
I am. Terry's over in Venice. So I leave on the 13th of February. We're going to go to Venice, to Rome, and then I will be arriving.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. The famous Beth Weil went to Rome to see the Pope.
Yeah.
And this is what he... No, we're not going there. We're not going there. So what matches are you coming over for, my love?
It'll only be Everton.
All right.
And then it'll be... so everybody that's listening... and especially everybody that I missed so much in November, please. I guess we're going to meet at the Southern Cross before the Everton match.
Definitely.
And then a long session afterwards.
Definitely.
I'll be around Friday night. I just want to see everybody because I miss y'all so
well, we miss you too, my love. How's everybody in Chelsea and America? Are they all on good form?
Yeah, everybody's doing great. I'm headed to SoCal to watch the match on Saturday at 4:30 in the morning.
Wow, that's dedication.
Bravo.
That is dedication.
So, and then go to work the rest of the day.
Wow.
But no, everybody's doing great. We miss you guys. We love you guys. Follow Mo Bacon on Twitter. He's at Mo Bacon 1905.
He's got a Twitter account. Oh my God.
Beth, are you still playing my song?
Jonathan, I play your song before every single Chelsea match.
Oh, you're so lovely. Thank you.
Beth, I've got somebody special here who wants to say hello to you.
Okay.
Far away.
Hello, Beth. It's Chel. Lovely to see you.
Make sure you see Steve. Make sure you see Steve Mantle before you leave, because your Christmas card and stuff is with him.
Okay, I will do. It's lovely to see you, and thank you, Beth, for letting me stay at your place.
I'm looking at a pint of celery and with a pint of Guinness. With some
all
celery.
right, yeah, I can see you.
Brilliant stuff. Beth, my love, we're going to move on, but I can't wait to see you in about a month's time. Give my love to all of the listeners and the great Chelsea following in America. You are brilliant people, and we love you all. Right, brilliant stuff.
Don't forget Mo Bacon.
And Mo Bacon. There's Mo Bacon. There's Mo Bacon. There's Mo Bacon in the studio. Right, we've got to go. Beth, take care, my love. Right, I think we should do some questions from the floor, as it were. Mr. Chelsea Cheddar. What have we got?
Okay, I'll start with one from Clifford Poe Crivello that says...
Clifford, the Blue Yank?
Yeah, he says, where's Darren, or do we care?
Can we answer that individually? I think one answer individually would be fine. Ross? Where's Darren and do we care?
He's in the Gambia, or he's flying to the Gambia. I'm not sure if he's there yet. I think he probably is. Well, I suppose.
Oh, that's quite nice.
Yeah. He's in transit.
Where's transit?
near Cognito.
Near Cognito.
Oh, clever. Quick. Very good. Oh, yeah, indeed. I just said very good because
Jonathan, seeing as you're sitting in his seat.
Was this his seat?
Well,
I wonder if it's a bit wet.
Yeah. Stained as well, I hear. Do you now know where he is? He's in the Gambia, but do you care?
Yeah, he's a sweet chap.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't expect to hear all this love for Darren, but as we're getting a lot of love for Darren, I care deeply that Darren is not here.
He's got a lovely girlfriend.
He's got, are we allowed to? Let's say, we're allowed to be controversial.
I don't know. You're cool.
I'm going to say, I think you'll find
keep
that
watching.
His fiancé. Congratulations, Darren. And I hope, and seriously, mate, because I do love you, really. I mean, I hope you're having a lovely time in the...
I doubt he's watching.
No,
you probably say.
Well, you should be watching in the Gambia. We've got a lot of listeners out there. But anyway, look, I hope you're well.
I hate him now.
I hope you're well. I congratulate you, and we look forward to seeing you back on the 20th of January. That's when Darren will be back, Cliff. And great to hear from you too, Cliff, and a happy new year to you and everybody that I love in Oklahoma. Right, next question, Mr. Cheddar.
Yeah, it's from Zuriel NG. It says, do you think Mata will leave at the end of the season if he's not given enough game time?
Is that to me, or I think of everybody, really?
To everybody,
we
I think,
all
yeah.
give a bit of an answer to that. Well, what do you think first, Chad? What do you reckon?
I don't think he'll leave. I think he needs to understand that big clubs, very rarely are there many guaranteed people that will play every game, especially if you're in a position where he plays. It's going to be rotated quite frequently. So no, I don't think he'll leave. I think he'll...
You think he'll stay in the summer?
I think he'll stay. Yeah.
Okay. What do the boys around the table think? Johnny?
I think that if there's a major injury, which is, I think we've escaped that for the moment, Oscar seems to have a great ability not to get injured. He's got a very robust little wiry body and smashes into people in a way that you think he wouldn't be able to achieve. And I think, but if one of them gets injured, he'll be in. He might play the rest of the season.
Do you think he'll stay?
Major injury? Yes.
In the summer?
Yes.
So we'll see him next season?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Ross?
I think it'll come down to his form at the end of the day, because I think at the moment it's really Mata, Hazard and Willian who've got those 3 places locked down. He will get games, but if Jose, if Jose doesn't give him enough game time, there may be a decision made in the summer. Who knows what will happen?
I think it comes down to whether or not he wants to go. I think if he says that he wants to leave, I think he will. But he's not getting sold to another English club if he does.
Yeah, I think actually it's some very sensible comment around the table. Goodness gracious me, it's only taken us
what fee they get.
Only
for him
taken
as
us
well.
an hour and a half, but we got there in the end.
Oh, that's unfair. Benches, isn't that unfair, benches?
Yeah, don't get them on your... Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay, fair enough.
Panto season's gone.
Maybe it is. No, seriously sensible stuff going on. I mean, I agree with Pablo. I don't think he's going to go to... I don't think we'll be stupid enough to sell him to a rival in the Premier League. Will he go in the summer? Well, as Pablo said, I think if he wants to go, and if we get... I mean, see, what sits in the back of my mind is this, is that, I don't think that we've necessarily got the kind of stupid money to throw around at transfers that we used to, and it's not because Raymond's run out. I think it's because of the financial fair play.
We should mention we're buried out at 6:30 on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, the 50 million that we lost. So I think that what we might find is that if we need to buy some players, which I think clearly we do, I think you might... The only way I can see Mata, and in fact, for that matter, Luis going, is if they have to be sold to fund potential buys. Personally speaking, obviously, I hope that Mata doesn't go, not least because I would like to see... Because I think we will have to buy a top striker in the summer, and I would like to see how Mata will play in this kind of setup. If we have a top striker with whom and for whom he can supply wonderful inside passes to or reverse passes to, which he clearly hasn't had for the last 2 or 3 years. So I would like to see Mata play in a team where we have a decent striker. Whether he goes or not, I don't know. We'll see. Wait and see. Right. I think one more. Have we got a call coming through, Mr. No, I'm going to read this one thing out before I go to the call because it segues beautifully. But my lovely, lovely, lovely mate Paul Crowder on Mixler has said something which is well worth saying. He said it was great to see Chidge and Tell after the Scousers game, and it was great to see Chidge at all 3 games I attended. Top away day at Southampton. Brilliant Scousers game and Boxing Day with my family to get in. Paul, it was absolutely brilliant to see you, and I was very lucky enough to be sitting just about 3 or 4 people away from you at the St Mary's ground. Another person I saw, and in fact I saw Paul in the Hand and Flower after the Liverpool game too, which was great fun, but I also saw the person who is on the line now, so I believe. Is that right, Mr Gregg? Nikki?
Hi.
Hello!
How are you?
I'm very well, my love. Happy New Year.
Thank you, and you?
Oh, hello. We can see you too. How lovely.
Nikki.
Nice glasses.
Thank you.
I like those glasses. So are you back in New York?
I am, unfortunately.
Oh, but I saw you in Hand and Flower. We all saw you in Hand and Flower, didn't we?
Yes.
You were on great form, I thought.
Yeah, thank you. It was
Right.
great. It was a great match.
So wasn't it just, eh? I was a bit battered when I saw you, I think, but I'm sure you won't hold that against me. What would you like to talk about, Nikki?
I actually just wanted to get your opinion on sort of the January transfer window in general. Is it something that you see as an advantage or more of a disruption in the middle of the season?
Ross, this is one that's got your name written all over it.
I think it depends because it comes down to supply and demand really. And some January transfer windows you'll find an Anelka or you'll find a David Luiz, or a Torres even.
But let's not forget that Anelka was a pretty poor signing from the January. It was only the season afterwards that he actually did anything.
Some seasons you spend 50 million on a busted flush. I mean, he's got a lot.
85 million in a day for Luiz and Torres.
But it looks like Lewandowski's gone, so that could have been a buy. But it doesn't look like there are that many quality players who we could sign this window. But
some
you
are
never know.
cup-tied, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the key issue. Anyone that's any good enough to add anything to a top team like Chelsea is likely to have played in the Champions League for someone else already. So,
I think it's fascinating, really. Because my gut feeling, as always, is that really you don't get good value in the January transfer window, or you don't buy decent players. And I mean, I know that the argument is there for all to see with Torres, but I mean, you can't call Luiz a bad buy.
It's a question of who becomes available. If somebody came available, I think he might he might change his mind.
And let's
buy
not
something.
forget that Torres was sensible at the time in the sense that he was able to play in the Champions League, and there aren't many players.
I mean, if we can find someone round about the ability of Demba Ba for 7 million, you know, that would be maybe a small enough improvement that could put us over the top of the league.
It depends on whether they, you know, I think if they bought a striker, a decent one, they'd probably win the league. But I think, you know, I think that we're looking more long term than that these days. Nikki, I'd be interested to hear what you think about this, Nikki. What do you reckon, my love?
Well, I think personally that it's really, I don't know, with all the kind of like silly news that comes into it when you're in the middle of the season, and it just kind of takes away from the football. But on the flip side of things, you do have some pretty good signings. I think was Brana a January signing as well?
Yeah, he was. He didn't play for a while.
He didn't play for ages.
Yeah.
He was injured for a while, and he was also playing somewhere else. It was one of those weird ones. We bought somebody and we loaned them out for something. Anyway, I think talking nonsense.
I think Nicky makes a good point though. It is a distraction at times. It can be.
I do love it though. I
Do
love
you
that.
really?
Yeah. If
You're a bit of a Jim White fan.
I am. I love that moment at the end when he tries to hype everything up and there's nothing really happening and there are no signings. Yeah, exactly. All of that.
Maybe we could like coincide a 2-week winter break with a 2-week transfer window. Or
Well,
something like that,
I tell you what, I'm more in favour of a winter break than I am of a. I hate the. To be honest, Nicky, I can't stand either of the transfer windows because I have to put up with the most monumental amount of guff on social media, Facebook, you know, these awful, horrible little mercs who basically talk about nothing about who we're going to buy. And I'm going grumpy.
They make it up as well.
Somebody will
don't
hit me in a minute and shut me up. I think you get my drift.
The press make it up.
They do.
Oh, sorry.
They do. They do make it up.
Completely.
I know, it's all stupid. But I do like the idea of a winter break. Is there anything else you would like to say to us, Nicky, before we depart? Like, when are you coming back?
I hope soon. I don't have a date yet, but I hope sooner rather than later. So it'd be great to see all you guys again.
It will be. We do love seeing you both, actually. It was really nice. One thing I loved about the Hand and Flower after the Liverpool game was there were so many, you know, great faces around. We had Dr. Mark was in town, which is brilliant. Cheltel, Paul Crowder was there, you were there. We had Andy there, obviously. Kunar was there, you know, yes, I know. And Oscar from Sweden. So it was one of the best outings I've seen in the Hand and Flower for a long time, and a bit of an off later on, wasn't there, Pablo?
There was indeed, yeah.
We better not talk about that.
Can I pop in and join you a couple of occasions?
You should do, mate.
I know.
Now you're officially on the Chelsea fan.
Yeah, no, I
You
feel
really
accepted. I felt rejected last time I came.
We've got to go. Nicky, lovely to see you, my love. We'll see you very soon, and Happy New Year. Thanks for calling in.
Cheers, Nicky.
Cheers, Nicky.
Whee! Right, I think we've got time for a couple of quick questions from Cheddar, haven't we, Greg? Mr. Cheddar.
Okay, first, very quickly, from at True Blue Terry. This is for you, Chidge. What's the quickest way back to Southampton Central from St Mary's?
That's really nice. Is that True Blue Terry that's not Terry Fisk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, True Blue Terry, who it was brilliant to see at Southampton, because Tell and I are a bit local, really, and he managed to miss the train I was on. I caught up with Pablo on the train and Dan Levine. And anyway, so we watched the game, had a great time, and of course we're desperately wanting a beer. And because I'm such a grumpy old so-and-so, I refuse to walk back with the majority of the crowd, because there's only really two ways out from where we come, either under and up the steps into the subway or over the bridge. And it was like moving like it does out of the Matthew Harding end on a match show. I'm not having any of that, I'm hungry. So I dragged Pablo and Terry the other way, via a chip shop, obviously.
Towards the docks.
Towards the docks. And I was supposed to be going back to the Giddy Bridge pub to meet all of my friends and have a drink up. And it was just chucking it down, wasn't it? It was
should have gone via Debenhams.
I know, I should have done. Bought some extra lingerie. Yeah. Anyway, we got very wet. It was very cold. It was very windy. And I know where we're going, and clearly I had no idea where we were going. We never made it to the Giddy Bridge. We actually had to give up. We actually said, let's just go to the first pub we see. And then we didn't see one for like half an hour, you know. But we ended up in this weird pub called the Red Lion Pub in the High Street, didn't we, Tel? And it's apparently he tweeted me to say it's one of the most haunted pubs in England, and it's like 11th century. But there you go.
He also had a bird cage with a parrot in it as well.
And it had a bird cage. That parrot is dead. It is an ex-parrot.
Did it say, "Come on, Saints"?
It did.
It was Norwegian Blue.
Whoa, very good. Anyway, it was brilliant to see Tel. It was brilliant to see all the guys that I saw outside, Pablo included. It was brilliant. I love going to away matches. I wish I did it more often. Sadly, I'm poor and I can't. Anyway, after the break, which is coming up very shortly, we're going to be talking to Chelsea Cheddar, and we're going to have some nice statage from him. Oh, yes.